Hi, I'm Beth Ann from BrilliantBusinessMoms.com, and this video is part of the Get Found Guide for Etsy. So I'm going to show you how I use the Google Keyword Planner tool, as well as the AdWords campaign tools, to find great keyword phrases that I want to use to make sure my Etsy listings get found. And I want to clarify here, the things I'm going to show you will help you to get found within Etsy itself, but they will also help you to get found on Google and on other search engines. So honestly, optimizing your SEO for Etsy and for Google, those things go hand in hand. So whatever your goal is, I'm going to help you get found. Okay, so if I want to use the keyword planner, honestly, what I do every time, I just type it into Google and there it is, Google AdWords Keyword Planner. And I have heard people talk about their concerns with, I have to set up an AdWords account now if I want to use the Keyword Planner. And I don't want an AdWords account. I don't want to be paying for campaigns. I have no interest in that. Well, that's fine. I have never actually done an AdWords campaign. I've never paid for ads with Google, but their keyword planner is free once you get that account. So you don't have to spend any money with Google in order to access this really powerful, really helpful tool. And so if you're not using the keyword planner, seriously, that's the first thing you need to change about your SEO and about getting found today. You need to start using the keyword planner. So here's what it looks like. And this is actually from my personal Gmail account, and it's telling me at the top, your account isn't active. To activate it, I need to enter my billing information. Well, see, there's the thing. I can get access to the keyword planner tool without even entering billing information. But there are some extra tools you can get if you do enter billing information, even if you don't run a campaign. So I'll show you that in a bit. But let's start here with the keyword planner. So here's what it's going to look like when I get into the planner. So initially it will make you enter a little bit of information. Let me show you this first screen here. Okay, so targeting, you can pick United States, which that's what we do for our Etsy shop, The Amateur Naturalist, and that's only because we only can ship our terrarium kits within the United States because of customs rules. But if you can ship worldwide, then I think you can do all locations. Okay, yeah, there it is at the top. So you really don't need to do anything. Just remove your specific locations and just put in all locations. And again, though, if you're a local business and you want to know what people are searching for in Detroit, Michigan, or whatever the case is, because that's where your customers are, then do that. Go ahead and enter that specific city. And then down here is your date range, and I tend to just keep this for the last 12 months because for one thing, what people were searching for 10 years ago, that doesn't matter. That's not necessarily what they're searching for now, so keep it relatively recent. The only reason that I would shorten that up is maybe you're really trying to track a keyword term that's kind of a new trend, or it's maybe related to this year's Christmas season or something like that. So maybe in that case, you'll want to look just in the past 3 months to really splice out what people are really searching for right now. But for me, over the last 12 months, that's great. Then let's see up here. It'll make you put in what your product or service is. For the case of this exercise, I'm going to say that we hand make table runners. So that's just our example, because butterfly terrariums is a little bit it's a more specific product, so it's a little bit harder to demonstrate for the case of this exercise. So okay, table runners, and then I just here, if you're an Etsy seller, you can just put etsy.com, and then let's just do home and garden. That part really doesn't matter. You just need to get down here to where it will let you get ideas. So here's table runner. And then the first thing to note here at the top is search volume trends. So it's kind of neat to see that Table Runner is searched for much more often in November than some other months. So, keep that in mind. And maybe if I was doing, let's try something different up here, like placemats, and see if it's the same kind of distribution by month or if it looks a little bit different. Okay, so it's a little bit different. It looks like a little bit less in general, but all right. So I guess November is still the prime month. So that would, just kind of give you ideas for when to focus on certain keywords, and also in terms of your sales, that hopefully the more people are searching for your product, the more sales you're getting in those months as well. Okay, so then you come down here, and again, just ignore it where it's talking about ads and things like that. We're just trying to get our keyword ideas. But I do like the fact that they divide them by group, because it'll give you kind of all of those related keywords, those keywords that kind of make up a family. And so those might all be the keywords you want to use, the different phrases you want to use within one listing. Like, let's say you have a black table runner. Well, then maybe you need to talk about it in all these different ways in your Etsy listing, in your tags and things like that, in your description. So, like for example, they've got black white table runner down here, not searched for nearly as much as black and white table runner and black and white table runners, but again, it is searched for. So maybe in terms of your tags, you're going to target, you're going to target black and white table runners, but maybe one of your tags does black white instead, or black white would be one tag, and then table runner as a separate tag. So just some things to keep in mind. These ad groups kind of divide things out by a family, and so it gives you kind of similar phrases that also helps you give Google and Etsy clues about what your listing is truly about. So let me talk to you a little bit about some other things here. So, you'll see your keyword, and then you'll see average monthly searches. In my case, okay, so this is all location. So this is, in the world. And then this tab, competition, we do not care about that. They're talking about competition in terms of bidding for, pay-per-click ads or things of that nature. And so since you're not going to run an ad campaign, or at least, that's not what we're talking about right now, you don't care about that. Your competition is, I will show you how to find that in a minute, but this is not it. This is not your competition. And again, suggested bid, we don't care. What we care about here is our keyword phrases, and then we care about average monthly searches. And I've gotten quite a lot of questions about, when is a keyword too big and too popular that I shouldn't even try to target it, versus when is a keyword so small and so obscure that it doesn't matter and I shouldn't try because no one is searching for that keyword. So, I have heard in the past that about 200 searches a month is your sweet spot, but here's the thing. I see, for one thing, we've targeted keywords that maybe Google says only 30 people a month search for them, but on Etsy, more people search for those keywords, and by using one listing where you're focusing on that more obscure keyword, whereas maybe nobody else does focus on that more obscure keyword, you're still taking over that corner of the market. So even 30 searches a month, if you can be in the first spot on Google or the first spot on Etsy for that keyword, it can still be worth it. The point being, though, it really depends on how many listings you have in your shop. Start with the bigger guys that have more searches, that have, several hundred, several thousand, but don't roll out the little guys, because you could capture a corner of the market that no one else is paying attention to. Then the other key here that I would say is the longer your keyword phrase is, while still making sense and still sounding like, English, like something somebody would actually search for, the better. So like you can see, black table runner. Okay, so that's not bad. 720 people are searching for that term, but there's a lot of black table runners out there and a lot of people describing their table runner in just that way. It's not that specific of a keyword phrase. Go down here. Look at this, black and white striped table runner. That is a great long tail keyword phrase. We call it long tail just because it has more than like 2 words in it. That's all that means. So long tail keyword phrase, black and white striped table runner. 6 words there. That's awesome. And that is a term that people actually search for. So clearly 1,000 people every month are searching for black and white striped table runner. So you are doing a better job if you describe your listing, if let's say that you have a black and white striped table runner, describe it in just that way. Get specific because you'll capture a bigger portion of searchers, and because it's a long tail keyword phrase, you have a better chance of ranking higher for this term versus just black and white table runner. So I hope that makes sense. And then let's see here. The other thing that I love about going into the keyword planner is sometimes it gives me ideas for terms that people are searching for related to my niche that I may have not have even realized or considered. So in a lot of ways, the keyword planner is kind of giving you some insight onto the trends that are going on right now in whatever your niche is. So like, I tend to follow, home decor and fashion trends a little bit. So I've kind of seen the black and white stripe thing kind of all over the place. But maybe you haven't been as in tune with that in your industry. And this is letting you know right here, oh my goodness, a lot of people are searching for this. A lot of people want black and white stripes right now. So let me give them what they want. So it can be used in that way too for new product ideas for you. And the Google Trends tool is another thing that's helpful for that, but I will show you the Google Trends tool in another video. I still think though, Google Trends, guys, it's not enough. It's great. There's some insight you can get there, but you need to be using the keyword planner. There's nothing quite as powerful as the Google keyword planner. So, okay, so black and white striped table runner. Now I'm going to try something else here. Black and white striped table runner. And let me see what comes up. I want to show you something about the way people search, and it may be different than what you would think. Okay, so black and white striped table. Oh, blue and white striped table runner. Okay, so that's not quite as common. Another thing to note here though is, for example, the phrases that are maybe not spelled correctly, or it's not how you would describe it. For example, this is black and white stripe table runners. You're like, okay, that sounds really bad, but people are searching for that. So you may want to, and you can way more easily capture this little corner of the market than you can the bigger corners. And so that might be something to try in one of your listings. I would definitely keep one, the main spelling, the main black and white striped table runner. But if you are able to duplicate that listing, or you have something similar but a little bit different, then try black and white stripe table runner, or black white striped, one of these misspellings, and see what happens. And then let me show you again when we go back to just plain old table runner here. Okay, so let's go down. Actually, I think we can get this right from here, what I wanted to show you. Okay. Black and white table runners. It is really important to note plural versus singular, because oftentimes the way someone is searching, be it plural, be it singular, is different than what you would expect. Like perhaps you're trying to say that your listing is a great gift idea for moms or something like that. So maybe you're calling it because it's just one object, one thing that you're selling. So you're saying gift idea for mom, and that's what you put in. Well, you might find by using this keyword tool that way more people are searching for gift ideas for moms or some variation of that. And guys, when it comes to SEO, those tiny little details like adding the S or not adding the S or how you spell things, that is what makes the difference. I mean, this all comes down to minutia in terms of Google and what it's, you know, there's like hundreds of different factors that Google is taking into consideration when it decides where you rank for a keyword phrase. And the same is true of Etsy. The Etsy algorithm, there are tons of little factors that come into play. So you need to be focused on the details in order to get really good at SEO. So let me see if I can look down here. Okay, so here's table runners black, table runner black. Okay, so in this case, more people are searching for table runner black. And then again, I'm seeing damask, which I wouldn't have even thought. Damask? That many people are searching for damask, so they're looking for that specific pattern. So again, maybe you need to head back out to the fabric store and get a damask print and do that and get a corner on that market, because clearly people are searching for it. Yeah, so again, in this case, runners, the plural, is better. Look at black table runner at $7.20 a month, black table runners at $8.80 a month. So again, and I know this feels weird because I understand that you want to describe your listing in the best way possible, and maybe your listing is just for one black table runner. So you don't want to say right in the title of your listing black table runners plural, because that feels misleading, and I get that. Like, don't do that. But here's what I suggest. One, I suggest in your tag, in your listing tags on Etsy, to use a plural down there. You can use singular table runner, but also do the plural table runners or black table runners. And then the other thing I suggest is make a plural listing, guys. Make a listing that is 2 table runners put together, because then you can put black table runners right in the title, and oh my goodness, it's going to pay off if you get found more often, because more people are searching for the plural term. And let's be honest, like, they're not even searching because they need to buy 2 table runners. They're just searching table runners plural because that's how their brain is thinking. Their brain is thinking, I need a table runner, and they just like are generalizing it the way they would if they went into a store, and their brain is thinking, all right, where's the section that has the table runners? Where can I find the table runners? Even though they're only going to walk out of the store with 1 table runner. I know I'm saying table runner a bazillion times. Oh, hopefully I'm not confusing you guys. So again, the point being, just create that listing for 2 table runners, and then that's what people will find in Etsy and on Google. And then as soon as they get into your shop and see what fabulous table runners you have, they're going to pop over to the other singular listings of just 1 black table runner. Bam, there you go. So that's SEO right there. Let me see if there's some other things we want to note here, some other ideas I can give you. Okay, so here's another example. Maybe your table runners are for home decor, but you didn't realize that, wow, people are searching for table runners for their wedding as well. And why don't I just go ahead and create one that's maybe a smidge fancier, and then say that it's a table runners for someone's wedding. So again, you can see how different phrases, it's a huge difference in how many people are searching for them. Table runners for wedding at 140 average monthly searches. Table runners for wedding reception at only 50. But again, here is what I would recommend as a little guy. As a little guy, I recommend you pick this longer keyword phrase that is getting less searchers, because this one is easier to rank for. And then once you rank for this one, then if you start doing really well and people are buying and people are favoriting and people are interacting, guess what? Google, even if your listing starts out with this, table runners for wedding reception, Google and Etsy are still going to help you to show up for this, for table runners for weddings. So it does not hurt you to get more specific. It does not hurt you to add on another descriptive word here, because ultimately you can rank for both keyword phrases and you just left your competition in the dust. So, okay, speaking of competition, what is your real competition for these keywords? Let me show you. I'm so glad that you asked. Okay, so we're going to head over to Google. Let's go with just these examples. So table runner for wedding. All right, your competition on Google is how many results there are. 1.73 million results. Let's try table runner for wedding reception and see what comes up. Hold on, let me get that going for wedding reception. Okay. This is now down to 838,000 results. So you have less competition if you just add that word reception to the end. Bam, you just cut your competition. Let's see, 800,000 versus 1. Yeah, all in half, in more than half, you cut your competition. And then the same thing applies on Etsy, because we are talking about how to get found on Etsy as well. So let's try table runner for wedding and see what comes up here. Okay, 14,132 results. And guys, let me give you a little hint. Here is why I teach people to focus on Etsy SEO first and then worry about Google. One, I teach you that because the two go hand in hand. If you rank well on Etsy and you're rocking those keyword phrases, chances are you will end up doing well on Google as well. But the second reason is you can actually rank well on Etsy for these different categories. It's so much easier. Look at how much less competition there is on Etsy for table runner for wedding, 14,000 results versus table runner for wedding on Google, where I'm at 1.73 million results. Oh my goodness, overwhelming. So rank well on Etsy first and the Google results will follow. I promise you, they will. Not to mention people on Etsy, if they are, they're ready to buy, they know they want handmade or things of that nature. So chances are they're more your target customer than the straight up Googlers of this world. Okay, so let's try. Table runner for wedding had 14,000 results. Let's type in for wedding reception and see what happens. Guys, look at this. You're now at only 1,536 results. You just cut your competition. All right, let me do the math. Okay, 3,000, 3 times 5, like 1/5. Like about your competition is now 80% less than what it was without that little word reception right here. This is why those long tail keyword phrases are so important. Okay, so hopefully I've proven that point to you guys. Let's go back over here. So this was our keyword planner tool. Let me show you when you actually do set up billing with the keyword planner, how you can use this little tool within inside the campaign. So if you come in and you type in your billing information, even if you don't plan on ever doing an ad campaign, then you can pretend that you're creating a campaign. And then I've heard here that for some reason someone said to just do display network here, but for me, I think search network, because that also is going to give you ideas, and you can try out the different ways and see if it makes a difference on what keyword it gives you. But then here's the little tool that it gives you here, which is a little bit different than the keyword planner. This is almost like pressing the easy button, because what you can do is like you type in table runner, and then you can tell the tool, hey, I want more keywords like this. So let's try again. Let's try with something like, oh, my thing is frozen. A new version. Please refresh this page. Okay. I will refresh it, but before I make you wait, let me just show you some things here. So, like for example, this tool I feel like is great if you want to see what terms are so obscure that no one is searching for them. Like so polka dot table runner, there's 880. And this is search popularity. Let's see what it tells me about that, because this isn't okay. The number of searches for a keyword that meets your criteria. Use it to get an example of how much monthly traffic for the campaign. So we're just looking at relative popularity here. So okay, so like linen table runners, not as popular as red table runners. Lace table runners, I would not have guessed that. Those are apparently very popular. Probably it's like that Downton Abbey look. And then again, look at this, table pad. Whoa, like I wouldn't have ever thought to call my table runner a table pad, but apparently people are searching for this term a lot. And you would want to, I would go look in the dictionary and see what exactly is a table pad, but you still may want it even if it says it's something a little bit different. If it's tightly related to your term of table runner, go ahead and add that in. You're giving Google more clues. You're giving your customer more clues about what it is that you're selling. All right, let me try to refresh this and see if I can get this working without you guys having to wait too long here. Oh boy, get started. Here's our other stuff for Brilliant Business Moms. All right, I want to delete all of this out though so I can talk to you about table runners. So again, but we use this like for our Brilliant Business Planner, and it was really interesting to see like, daily planner versus just a general planner versus a day planner, which was something I hadn't thought, to use, versus like a blog planner, which was almost like, oh, not very many people are searching for a blog planner, which kind of surprised me. But at any rate, all right, I'll just leave these in here and start with some table runner stuff. Or let's switch it up at least a little bit. Let's do placemat. Add this keyword. Okay, so there it is. Relative popularity, more like this. And now Google is going to do the work for you and give you some great suggestions based on what it sees as related keyword phrases. So guys, here's something too. If the dudes that run the search engine and the algorithm tell you, hey, these are what we suggest as related terms, you should listen to them, because they are using these related terms to like lump these things together and say, oh, this Etsy listing is really about placemats because they said placemat. They also use the phrase table placemats. Now maybe paper placemats, maybe that doesn't apply to yours. But again, so like do more like this. You can do that with all of these terms, and it just goes on a big long chain. So like example for paper placemats, they're saying, hey, you should also use the term disposable placemats because that's related. Let me try here though, like table placemats, and see more like this. Plastic placemats probably is not going to apply. All right, now here's an interesting one. Round placemats. Google is telling me that people often search for this because they suggested it to me as being highly related to table placemats. And so maybe I didn't realize that. And again, maybe I don't have a round placemat right now, but I am awesome at sewing. I'm not actually, but I'm just pretending. If I had this Etsy shop with table runners and placemats, I would be awesome at sewing. And so I would just be like, no problemo, let me just whip up a round placemat because apparently people like this, because they're showing me round placemat. They didn't even suggest like a square or rectangular placemat. So let's see what comes up. I just did more like this for round placemats. Let me see here. Okay, interesting. All right. Oh, guys, this is gold. This is gold right here. Okay, see how round placemats, relative popularity 1900. Round placemats like this, plural, and put together as one word, even though I know if you're a grammar person like me, you're looking at that going, oh, that's not right. That's not right. That's not how you spell it. That's not what it should be. Guess what? It doesn't matter because that's what people are searching for. 22,200 versus up here, 1,900. So bam, you should be targeting that keyword phrase. And the best bet, honestly, is because every listing, you want to give Google as many clues about what your product is about, as well as the Etsy search algorithm. So what you would do is, let's say you want to target round placemats as your main phrase. Then if you go down to your tags or within your listing itself, you also want to use this spelling, okay? So you want to do both. You want to cover your bases. All right, and then this too I thought was interesting. I didn't realize that apparently people are searching together for placemats and coasters, so they want them matching. So again, it's giving you more ideas. It's giving you ways that you can group your products together. So awesome. So I just searched there. Okay, interesting. Slate, placemats and coasters, red, black. So again, they're showing you the popular colors. Let's see what comes up here. Oh my goodness, guys, I could do this forever. And that's the thing. It does take a lot of time to use a keyword planner tool to really start nailing down some of those long tail keyword phrases you should use. But I'm telling you from experience, it is so worth it. That time will just pay off. And once you start ranking well for a term and people see that term or people see your listing and then they like that listing and they purchase that listing and they interact with that listing, then guess what? You can keep ranking well for that term for like a long, long time without really having to do a thing. So that's why the investment is really worth it. That upfront investment of time to start ranking well, guys, it's going to pay off for years to come. So again, this is just telling you, okay, more people search for red or black versus purple. But hey, that's not bad. I mean, why not? Just add another color. There are people who are specifically searching just for purple placemats. And if there's less competition for purple placemats, snag up that corner of the market. Get those customers. And then let me say one more thing about long tail keyword phrases. I know I feel like I'm talking forever on this, but I love SEO and it's so important for your business. Another thing that you should know is the more specific you get with your keyword phrase, like for example, purple and white polka dotted placemats and coasters. That sounds a little crazy, right? It's pretty specific, but if that's your keyword phrase that you are targeting and it's however many words that is, and it's nice and long, it's nice and specific, you are getting the customers who are searching exactly for that one specific thing. These are people who aren't just browsing. These are people who know what they want, and when they see it, they're going to buy. So it's worth the effort to get really specific. And like I said before, you can still get a corner on the audience that's just searching for purple placemats and coasters. You can absolutely still rank for that term by targeting the term white and purple polka dotted placemats and coasters. You absolutely can, okay? So pick the longer specific keyword phrases and you will get for yourself customers who are not just browsers, they're ready to buy. So, think about the example of like someone who's just searching for hand knit scarves or someone who is searching for heather gray alpaca wool hand knit scarf. That second person knows exactly what they want. They know the outfit they're going to wear that scarf with. They know the boots and the handbag that scarf is going to go with. They want that scarf in their closet now, and so you're giving them exactly what they want. So those are the customers you want. You don't just want the browsers. So that's another reason why I love SEO. Okay, I am going to say goodbye for now. This video has gotten a little long because I love SEO so much. I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions at all, one, you can hit me up on Instagram at brilliantbiz, B-I-Z, mom. Comment on any of our photos, anything going on over there, and we would love to chat with you more about Etsy SEO. And two, you can always send us an email. If you've got like paragraphs long that you want to say to us, just send us an email and we would be happy to help you. So again, that's brilliantbusinessmoms@gmail.com. And this free video is part of our Get Found guide for Etsy. So it'll be available very soon, and I hope you will check it out. All right, see you guys later. Now it's your turn to head out there and be brilliant.